Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, dear viewers, to a new episode of Quran and Science. This is your host, Tamer Mumtaz, welcoming our dear professor, Dr. Al-Naggar, Head of Committee on Scientific Facts in the Glorious Quran Supreme Council on Islamic Affairs, and our dear friends, Fuad and Mustafa. The topic of today's episode is Obscuring the Sign of the Night. But first, before we go to this topic, Professor, we'll listen to a recitation of the ayah of the verse dealing with this topic from Surah Al-Isra, verse number 12.
وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَصَّلْنَاهُ تَفْصِيلًا.
We made the night and day as two signs. We obliterated the sign of the night, and we made the sign of the day its sight-giving, that you may seek the bounty of your Lord, and that you may know the number of years and the reckoning of time. And all things we have explained in detail.
Professor Zaghlul,
Yes.
What does obscuring the sign of the night mean?
I begin thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, the creator of the universe and of everything that's in it, and seeking his blessings and mercy on the seal of prophethood, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah's mercy and blessings be upon him. I greet you all in our Islamic way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and your viewers as well. And begin by saying that this verse is a unique verse, really. It struck me by the meaning it's carrying, and it took me years to try to analyze what's meant by obscuring the sign of the night.
Yeah.
The verse reads, وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ آيَتَيْنِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, verily, we have made the night and the day two of our signs. وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ آيَتَيْنِ فَمَحَوْنَا آيَةَ اللَّيْلِ. We have obscured the sign of the night. وَجَعَلْنَا آيَةَ النَّهَارِ مُبْصِرَةً, and made the sign of the day quite obvious. لِتَبْتَغُوا فَضْلًا مِّن رَبِّكُمْ, so that you can seek the bounties from your Lord. وَلِتَعْلَمُوا عَدَدَ السِّنِينَ وَالْحِسَابِ, and so that you can reckon the succession of days and years. وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَصَّلْنَاهُ تَفْصِيلًا, and everything we have detailed beyond any detail. So I started reading what the early Mufassirin said about this. Some of them said the sign of the day is the sun, and the sign of the night is the moon. But if this is so, the moon is still there. What does the Quran mean by obscuring the sign of the moon? Some scholars said probably it means the darkness in the moon. The moon is dark and is only lit by reflecting the light of the sun, the rays coming from the sun. So the moon has always been dark, and it is still dark, and nothing has changed. What do we mean by obscuring the sign of the night? Some other scholars said probably the moon was a star in the past, glowing like the sun, and then Allah has caused it to fade out, and it became dark. And this may mean obscuring the sign of the night. But scientifically, this cannot be accepted, because the smallest size, or mass, if I say smallest mass of any heavenly body to react like a sun, like a star, is something within the range of our sun. And the mass of the moon is too small to be a star. Secondly, if it were a star glowing by energy and nuclear fusion, it would have destroyed the earth, to have evaporated the water in seven oceans.
It's very close.
Very close.
Yeah.
380,000 kilometers on the average. This is a very short distance compared to distances in space. So it would have evaporated the water from seas and oceans and rivers and lakes. It would have destroyed the atmosphere of the earth completely.
Yes.
Would allow the air to expand and to escape in outer space. And that's why this suggestion also was difficult to swallow, to accept. Wallah, it took me years pondering about this verse until I came to realize that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created several spheres of protection for our earth. We have the atmosphere, the area where we get changes of the climate, we get clouds, we get rain, the atmosphere. And then we have on top of that the ozone layer. And the ozone layer, Allah has created it to be a protective layer for life on the surface of that planet against ultraviolet radiation. Ultraviolet radiation is very destructive. It can burn forests, it can burn animals, burn plants. It can cause skin cancer. It can destroy the eyesight.
But small doses of it, I think.
Small doses only can penetrate, but the bulk of the
beneficial.
ultraviolet, we need ultraviolet radiation, yes, but it allows only a very small percentage of it to reach the earth. But it